Hello, all you cute creative people. I recently discovered that you can do lots of magical things with TouchDesigner, like make music with your hands, but wireless, or make plants dance with your hands, which is what we're going to do today, a little plant dance lesson. The inspiration for this was the amazing Pretty Bones video by Yeule. I did some tests and it turns out it's pretty easy to do, pretty beginner friendly. So simple even, I made a really rough overview that you can see here if you just want to breeze through it. But some people requested a more step-by-step situation, so here we are. Let's go ahead and open up the TouchDesigner default and just Command A, delete all that. We don't need that anywhere near us. Of course, we are going to need a flower or some sort of asset to grow. Fortunately, I am a video editor, and so I have access to a lot of stock elements, including flowers blooming. So that's just what I downloaded and will bring into TouchDesigner here. We're going to do a classic movie file in, and let's just bring in some flowers. We'll come back to this later, but essentially all you have to know to do this is to change your movie file play mode from sequential to specify index. I'm also changing this index unit here to fraction. And then if I make this big by pressing the blue display icon, you'll see that now I have a value that goes from 0 to 1. Okay, so all we're doing is referencing hand data to that 0 to 1. The way that we're going to bring in hand data is by using the lovely media pipe, which is free. I'm not going to go over how to install that because there's plenty of other tutorials that explain that a lot better than I do, but I will put some resources up on the screen. In my case, I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my media pipe talks. And since I want to link hand tracking data, my hand tracking talks into the project here. Okay, as good practice, we want to turn on enable external talks here for the media pipe. Click reload. We'll just give it a second. Good things take time. Okay, now that we got that going on, I'm going to turn off some of this because we don't need all this data, and too much going in is going to slow down our project. So we're going to go to media pipe and we're just going to turn off everything that doesn't have to do with our hands. Great, hi, there I am. Okay, so now that I just have hands on, you should see the hand data coming up there. And then whenever you hover over these little nodules in the beginning, I totally thought that all of these were the same. That is not the case. Okay, first of all, the color corresponds with these different operators, and you're probably going to connect the color to the same color in many cases. But we want to go to data hands here. So that's the second little pinky. And then we'll see the hands show up here. Fantastic. Moving swiftly along. Okay, so we don't need all of the data that's coming from our hands. What we want to do is select certain parameters within that data so that we can narrow it down to what we're going to reference. So we're going to use a select chop right over here out of output 1. And then if you zoom in, you'll see, oh my goodness, this is all the data we have at our fingertips. I am going to put the microphone down for a second because that is going to affect things. But the way that I do this is not very scientific. I basically just move my hand around and see what's changing the most, or in many cases, what feels moving the most predictably relative to what I'm doing. So let me go ahead and do that and just watch how my movements correspond with our fun little live bars here. Okay, so this little movement, it looks like my H1 pinky tip Y, which means my hand 1, the pinky tip, its position in Y space or up or down is moving in a way that I understand. So I'm just going to select that one, but you can select whatever you want. Okay. So now you can see we've got that piece of data. Okay, okay, very good. But wait just a minute, Speedster. You'll notice that we're trying to get from 0 to 1, right? So what we need to do with this select is use a math chop. And so I can look at, it seems that my pinky is roughly moving from 0.4 to 0.6. So I can go to the range. So I'm going to put changing from 0.4 to 0.6. Oh, great. And the reason why it's going negative right now is you'll notice whenever I switch back to this hand, now this is detected as H1. So just FYI, everything is fine. Great. At this point, I like to kind of just put it in there and see if it works. So let me go ahead and add a null at my end there. I just know from experience it's nice to add a little lag so that the movement's less jittery. So I'm also going to put that in there. FYI, if I was moving too fast there, you're just going to right click to click insert operator, or you can press tab to bring up the operator dialog. All that good stuff. Okay, okay. So now what we're going to do so that we can export this data is we're going to go to our little null. We've got our movie file in here. I can bring and close the parameter window by pressing P. I'm going to press viewer active, which is this fun little star here. Okay, and then on the index, make sure I have my movie file in index. You see this little green? This means that I'm exporting that data. And I'm going to do chop reference. Okay, and let me do some tests. And there you have it. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. The only thing left to do is put on your favorite song and do this in front of the computer. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. Have fun. Please tag me if you make things. I would love to see what you make. And yes, my name is Kate. I love art, and so can you. And I'll hopefully be back soon with something. I don't know what that is, but yeah, thanks. Thank you. Have fun. Enjoy the flowers.